am I supposed to be doing?
Hi, Periscope family. How are you doing? No, you can leave it on. We are here today. I am Ceata, and this is my sister Jennifer. Say hi, Jenny. Can you see her? She's getting her edges together for the demo for some of our DIY bridal. Hey, Sonia. I'm glad you could join tonight. Tell Mr. Man, both Mr. Men, we said hello. I'm going to push this out a little bit. Maybe I should push it up a little bit. Okay, hopefully that's better. You can see because my puff is I'm kind of high. But anyway, so today we are DIYing our puff cuffs for prom and bridal. My sister and I are very, very, very crafty. We got it from our mom, and we kind of thought, you know what could we do to bring some color to the puff cuff? And what we did, whoops, sorry, my plug there we go. My plug kind of swung the iPad around. So what we did is we went to Hobby Lobby and just went up and down some of the aisles to see what we could find to bling out our puff cuff. So what you ladies you need to do, and gents, get your Hobby Lobby coupons together and get your hot glue gun and get a lot of hot glue sticks. So I use mine is a high temp gun. So I burnt up and got some blisters last night. So you might want to try and use the glue, or get a glue gun with the low temp sticks. So that way you won't have a problem with burning up your fingers. So this is the ones we started with. You guys like that? Give me some hearts and let me know your thoughts. So this is the original puff cuff, and mainly we're going to be decorating the original puff cuffs. Can you guys see that? What we did is we went to the yarn section, and then I've got another one. We went to the yarn section. You see that? And then it looked very like Africanish, very ethnic. Isn't that nice? So we went to the yarn section in Hobby Lobby and just picked up these different skeins of yarn. And I wanted to do, these are the two that we picked. And let's see, it says it's actually wool-free stock stripe yarn. And it was $4.99 a skein, but you could do like 10 million puff cuffs with one skein. So what we did was, and this, I'm warning you now, this Periscope, if you stay tuned in for the whole time, this Periscope might take a little while. So what we did was we started here at the first hook. You always want to start, once you have your puff cuff, you always want to start here. Because if you start your yarn or start your design on the first hook, you might have to overlap it, and you don't want that to happen. So you always want to start right here. So with this, what we did was we just kind of looped it over, loop the yarn over, tie it in a knot. Oops. Let's tie the knot first and then slide it on the puff cuff. We're going to slide it on, and then like I said, we're going to start, hopefully I can get this over, start on the second one, and then kind of hold it in place with your finger, and all you're going to do is just start weaving in and out, up and down through the teeth. Can you guys see that? Give me some hearts and let me know that you guys can see that and you understand it. So you keep on going. Try not to get it hooked on the second part. Kind of flip that other part back. Hey, stiletto girl. And then you keep on going. And just keep on winding all the way around. You see how quick that's going? And how beautiful that color is coming in? Now, mind you, when you decide to decorate your puff cuff, this is not something, these puff cuffs aren't really going to be, the decorated puff cuffs are not for everyday use. These are your special ones that you kind of want to treat delicately. Because you're wrapping it in yarn or thread or whatever, and I imagine like embroidery thread or regular thick yarn, it's going to start to absorb your whatever product that's in your hair or water or whatever. So you don't want to wear this on a regular basis. You want to, you know, make these your little special puff cuffs. So you guys see, you just keep on going all the way around till you get to the end. And same thing, you guys you don't want to stop here. You want to stop at the hinge before. And then all you're going to do is tie it off. And then that very end that you tie off, like if I were, let's pretend that this is the end. Give me those scissors. We're going to wrap it around. And let's pretend that this, I'm all the way down here. I'm all the way down here, but actually I'm up here. You're just going to dab it with a little hot glue. And let it set. That way it's securely in place. It's not going to come off. It's not going to, is she making weed? Oh, come on, give me a break. Go get a life. So you're going to stop it there. That way it's not going to unravel. So we did that. We did that all the way on one arm, did the other arm. I think at the most it took you, what, 10 minutes at the most? At the very, very most. But you can come up, you know, they've got such beautiful yarns now that you could come up with so many great designs. And right now I've got in the junior, but I'm just going to snap this bad boy on top of my puff. Like here. Look at that. Is that not cute to give you a little ethnic look for the summertime for your puff? Can you guys see that? That is so cute. So this is one idea. How much do the PuffCuff? The PuffCuff itself costs $14.99 for one. That's for the original one. And like I tell people, this is an investment. This is not something that you're going to throw away. Most people that I know that have had them are going on, you know, 2 years that they've had their PuffCuff. So don't be afraid of the price because it's an investment tool. Oops, it's an investment tool. It's not going to be something that you're going to throw away. Okay, so then we did another one. I did several for you guys tonight. Look at this bad boy. Is that not cute? All this is I went to, again, Hobby Lobby over in their, what do you call it? In their, like where they have what is the fabric for the upholstery fabric and the trims and the yes, it's great for locks too. The trims and the beaded tassels and stuff. I went and bought a half a yard of these. They've got these, like, they're plastic, but they look like metal. Can you guys see that? So I only needed half a yard. I probably could have got away with a quarter of a yard. But these were, let's see, this one was a half a yard, and it was on sale. So I only spent $1.39. So all I did was, I'm going to demo on here. Half a yard. Yeah, half a yard gives you 18 inches. So this was my leftover piece for 18 inches after I did the PuffCuff on both sides. So all I did was, I did the same thing. Got a little dab of hot glue. Remember, start on the second notch. Don't start up here by the hook. Start right there. Just glue them down all the way around the edge. And get them close to the edge as possible. You guys see that? Close to the edge. Hot glue them down. Blam. You've got this. This is the one, I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram today, but I wore this one to church today. And I'll do the same thing. Hey, Felicia, Aldridge, I see you. Same thing. Hello from Puerto Rico, yes. Okay, this one looks a little crazy up this high, but y'all get what I'm saying. You guys can just, you know, play with it however you want to, but it just brings a little accent color to your PuffCuff. So I did a couple more samples of these. They also had this, like, chain link trim. It was in the clearance section, so I just glued that stuff down. All this is just hot glue. But you want to make sure, like I said, make sure and glue it as close to the edge as possible. I thought this was really cool. So that's another one. And then they had these new rhinestone trims. This is actually on a piece of string. This is the same thing. I bought half a yard. They sell these by the yard. I bought half a yard. This one was a little bit more expensive. I think this was $12.99 a yard, but then I only bought half a yard, and then it was on sale. So I think I paid like $5 for a half a yard. And then I was able to glue it to the edge of the puff cuff. And you see I kind of let it overhang the edge a little bit, so that way it'll come and hang underneath your puff. So I thought this was so pretty. It looks fancy, but girl, it's cheap. Okay, so here's another one. Look at this one. It looks like you might want to wear it as a necklace. But all I did was, they have the, you know, you guys have seen these. It's just that beaded yarn. You get a whole, I mean, yeah, bead by the spool. This was $1. The whole thing. Look at that. $1 on clearance. Clearance and free are my favorite. So all I did was I started on the outer edge. I kind of need to demo this one a little bit because it was a little tricky. So I started on the outer edge. Always start on the outside. Don't start on the inside. And then I glued down, just put a bead of the hot glue all the way around, and I glued down one strip. And then I just kept layering in, and each time my strip of beads got a little smaller. Does that make sense? And then I did it on each side. But this looks like you have a custom clamp that you matched with your outfit. I just thought that was so pretty. So that's another one. Okay, so here is what I've got going, kind of like for my bridal. I think you could use these for every day or a special occasion, but I kind of wanted to do some stuff a little bit more fancy. Did you put an extra strip of hot glue between the beads? No, I didn't. I just put, you know, one layer of hot glue, one line of hot glue, put the beads down, put another line of hot glue, put the beads right on top of it. But what I did do is the very last when I got done, I put a line of beads. You see how PuffCuff has this lip? You see that outer lip right there? I did put a line of hot glue on that lip and put another line of beads around the very edge after I got done. I hope that makes sense. So, these are more fancy. And after I show you these, I'm going to demo these on, I'm going to actually put them in my sister's hair. She's got her hair bunned up to where you'll be able to see the puff cuff. So you guys, I know you've seen at Hobby Lobby where they got these big old bins of rhinestones, the plastic rhinestones. Can you guys see those? And they come in multicolors, or sometimes they come in single colors. Well, I had bought this a while back, who knows what for. But it fell out of my craft box last night, and I said, oh, okay, let me see what's going on with this. I think this whole thing was like $15.99, but you know I didn't pay that price. I probably had a 40% off coupon. But I did get these from Hobby Lobby. I like Hobby Lobby over Joann's because they have more variety of stuff and more idea-inspiring stuff. So what I did was, you guys see that? I decided to just take random stones and just glue them on hot glue wise in any random order, any random shape, until I filled it all the way in. And I just think that is absolutely gorgeous. It looks like $1,000,000, man. Of course, when you get up close, if somebody's that close on your stuff, you need to tell them to get back because you don't want to spell them that close. So, It's so easy to do. And my thing is you can have them, and it actually makes it a little bit heavier. You still don't feel it, but it's just interesting how it just made it feel. But I'm going to demo this in my sister's hair right quick.
Ready?
Yeah, you can take your scarf off. She has got in a junior right now. Yeah, I'm going to come to the front. She's got on the junior PuffCuff. But what I'm going to do is, she's got the junior in. She did the upward bun. Let me show you right quick. So you can do your bun two types of ways with the PuffCuff. You could do the upward bun where you pull, your hair is kind of stretched. You want the junior in, or if you have a lot of hair, you can use the original PuffCuff. And also, we twisted around her sides and her front because she's got a tapered cut in the back. The light skin one is unavailable. Sorry. So we twisted it up in the back. Can you turn around and show them the back? And I kind of pinned it up because her back is tapered. So that wouldn't be able to, you can turn around. We wouldn't be able to pull that up into the PuffCuff all the way. But there's a way to camouflage it. You just twist the edges and corn roll them up or twist them up. So this one, we take the tips, all the tips together, and we push the bun down in the center. And then all of a sudden you've got your bun. Bobby pin it in the center, and voila, you're done. But what we do now is to bring the color, the blinged out one, to it. You bring this around the outside edge, and you've got the junior inside. It is simple. It's so simple. That's what the PuffCuff is supposed to be. So it's so simple. Now, you know, I'm going to turn this around because I shouldn't have put the, I'm going to put the clamp, put it this way. So put the clamp in the back. So you can move it around and play with it and bring, you know, color to your, bring fanciness to your bun. Or you can do the outside bun, which instead of pulling your hair up, this one is kind of the traditional bun. You kind of twist it around and you tuck it underneath the PuffCuff that you have in. And then if you need to, you can hairpin it down so it doesn't slip out. Does that make sense, ladies? And then you would take, does it hurt having, nope, nope, you can't feel it
at all.
You can't feel it. So then you take this one, do the same thing. Make sense? You guys can play with however, and then, you know, I guess you could add more stones here. I'm just afraid of when you get it closed that it might, you might knock one of the stones off. The other thing, before I do this, I want to demo this on my hair in a minute. So the other thing that we did, I need to order the biggest one because I have more hair now. Love this idea. Awesome. Go to our website, www, that's too many W's. It's only three W's and a dot. The, depending on where you're from in the country, the or the, THE, puffcuff.com. So this was one idea that I had. I went to the fringe department and lost my mind a little bit. But what we did was we started with the bare PuffCuff. And then we got the, I believe this is like half-inch, probably like half-inch wide gold ribbon. We hot glued it here to start. That's the same thing, and you just weave it all the way around. Same thing on the other side. Then we got the trim with the beaded trim. And what you need to do, because this beaded trim is a little tricky to work with, in order for it to lay smoothly on a curve, you need to go through and just like make little tiny slits. So that way it'll curve better. Does that make sense? It'll curve better when you go to lay it down. But I would say make little tiny, not tiny, maybe halfway through the ribbon. That makes more sense like that. And then you'll be able to lay it down easier, and it won't bulk up because you'll be able to curve it and it'll kind of overlap on each other. So for this one, I am going to, we're still going to leave the junior in because we kind of need the hair gathered up closer, but we still don't want our bride, she's already going to be in enough stress and everything for the day, right? And having hot flashes, well, hopefully not hot flashes, that's my stage. But
you get hot if you get nervous.
But you want to be able to have it kind of gathered tighter to give it a little bit more height in order for you to be able to see the fringe. So, like I said, we've got the junior in. We're going to put the original in. And then, if her hair was curlier, but you kind of see it just makes a crown of, can you bend forward a little bit? It kind of makes a crown of beads around, let me clip it.
In the back.
Yeah, let me clip it in the back. Alright, so let me clip it on the side. But I just thought that was so cute. Let me see, where's our spray? Did I take it back upstairs?
I don't think so.
I'm going to try and spritz her hair so to give it a little bit more curl. I kind of stretched it for the other, to do the buns. You don't have to have curly hair to use the PuffCuff because you can always add curl to your hair. If you add curl to your hair, it'll work. So those of us who still flat iron and straighten their hair, it's okay. But isn't that cute? I just thought that was so cute. Turn that way. Other way. The back is especially, oh, the back is just darling. Can you see it? So, beautiful. So that's one idea. And you could do the longer fringe. You can go, I mean, this fringe here is like 2 inches long. If you had the longer fringe and then you had more, you know, more curl, it's the same thing. I mean, then you could have it more, you know, cascading closer to your face. But I would say, I mean, it just depends on how far you want it to hang down. And then always, like we've got
You could do multiple layers too, though, if you wanted more.
Yeah, if you wanted more, you could add more layers. Always glue the trim to the underside of the PuffCuff, though. I'm going to show you how to get more height with your hair so you can let the PuffCuff that has the trim on it show. So we're going to gather her hair first and use the original PuffCuff. Just like we normally do. I hook mine in the front. You guys really can hook it wherever you feel comfortable with, but just for demo purposes and time, I'm going to do it in the front. Then you take the smaller one, the junior or the mini, and hook it on top. And that way, you see how that brought more height to her ponytail? So then you can see your decoration more. And the higher up it goes, and you just kind of fluff it out, then you can see more decoration. Make sense? But I think for a natural bride, this is like absolutely perfect. Okay, our next one will be, this is our last one actually. There we go. Oh no, I forgot. This is the one I thought about for if you guys have any little ballerinas. I did the same thing, same concept as the big one, but I did it with the junior. Wrapped it with the gold. Can you guys see that? Wrapped it with the gold ribbon, same 1/2-inch ribbon. Found some little girly looking fringe. And do the same thing. And I could just see a little girl for her, here you can set her some, her recital or whatever. And this you could kind of pin her puff up so you can see it. You guys see those? Isn't that just adorable? I just think that is so cute. She looks like she's about 3. But it's just, oops, that's the same thing. One of the little fringes fell off. But the good thing is you made it at home so you can hot glue it back on. Okay, here's our grand finale. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the junior one out. Now we're going to use a plain, the fringe is glue under the, yes. We wrap it on the outside and then you glue, it's kind of hard, like go closer to the camera. The camera's up there. The glue is glued to, the fringe is glued to the inside. So you wrap it first, then you glue the fringe on. Okay, so here's the last one that we're going to do. We're going to do regular puff cuff. Pretend this isn't on there. But we're going to do regular puff cuff. Put it in. Clamp it around. Remember, overlap those hooks. Okay, she's got her normal puff. What I did was, I took one of those silk flowers that they have in the front of Hobby Lobby on the stem. I cut the stem off. Can you see that? I cut the stem off and I cut the leaves off. The leaves that were on the long stem. So I cut that off. I glued the leaves to the back of the flower. Again, more hot glue. I stripped the wire. Can you guys see that? I stripped the wire out of the stem, out of the plastic stem. This was the wire that was inside. And then I pushed it right into the hole that it left on the back of the flower. And then I cut it off to make it short and just made a loop at the top and bent it to like an L shape. So what you do is, it's easier for someone else to do this for you, but we're going to call it a puff cuff. It's almost like a charm. So what you do is, you slide it underneath and you come down a little bit. Hook it on one of the teeth inside your puff cuff. You kind of got to feel around till you find a tooth. And then hook it on there. And then, can you guys see that? You have your beautiful bridal style. Turn around. I think I want it more front to the front. Let me see. One thing you don't have to worry about is it's not going to come out during the day. This way for me. Oops, you don't want it in your face. But once you hook it on your, and then you got your curls and your puff, and it's just hooked and it's hanging on one of the teeth. What do you guys think? And you can do that with whatever flower, whatever colors. You can have your bridesmaid all be natural, and they feel like, you know, it's beautiful. Well, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, this is all, we'll also post this on our blog, so I can give you a couple of ingredients and recipes on what I did here and walk you through. And if you have any questions, just give us an email back and we will hit you back on whatever we can. But like I said, I think these are adorable and they're easy to use, easy to do. None of them took more than, I would say, 10 minutes to do. And definitely all of them, with adding the stuff, no more than like $2 a piece. Thank you, and you guys tune in next time. You guys have a very happy Mother's Day. Oh, and just want to remind you that we're having a 25% off sale on all of our silk bonnets, silk pillowcases for Mother's Day, and that will end tomorrow. So if you want to get it for Mom, you better hurry up and get it tomorrow. See you later. Love, peace, and hair grease. Bye-bye.